To be brutally honest, the most profitable marketplace is not marketplace.tf, it's not manco.store, it's not backpack.tf or any other third-party sites you can think of. It's indeed the Steam community market. And for years I never capitalized on it because it didn't seem that way. Most of the items on there looked overpriced, and if I listed something, there was a fat 15% fee, and it wouldn't even sell after like a week, so I take it back and try somewhere else. But I never knew the amount of potential profit I missed out on by skipping out on the Steam community market. The first time I recognized its power is when a former TF2 trader named Squirrely made a YouTube video way back in 2019 on how he made $1,400 just trading on the Steam community market in like weeks. And at the time, my mindset held me back. I thought he was talking crap and the economy was just gonna die. But even without him even saying how, I actually just gave it a try and just looked for deals on there myself. I managed to buy a cheap spelled item on a limited 2014 cosmetic. I had no idea how to price check it to be honest, but I immediately relisted it and netted 2 keys profit super fast, which was just mind blowing to me at the time. These were the days when 1 key profit per week got me hyped. So 2 keys profit in one day at such a small backpack size felt great. And especially recently, I buy dozens of profitable unusuals every month from the Steam community market, and it's so easy to do. I imagine you're probably struggling to find profitable deals to resell in TF2, so imagine finding too many profitable deals to the point where all of your keys are used up, and the best move is to just be lazy. And to those interested, I do have a Steam community market arbitrage guide in my premium program in which my team and I can specifically help you pick out exactly what to do in order to make some insane profit. No pressure to join, but the link is at the top of the description. Plus, to prove that the Steam community market really works, join the free Discord server and scroll in the channel #WTrades, where this person, and this person, and this person, and this person, and many others have already found success before I posted this video. Now let's get started on the first point. Number 1, why it works. So there's 2 archetypes of TF2 players who engage with its economy. There is the trader and the consumer. The trader will trade to make profit yada yada yada. Then the consumer will buy items for enjoyment and are happy to pay a premium price. Or alternatively, they'll sell an item for very cheap in order to get quick cash, in which both motivations fuel profit for traders. And as explained in my video, Don't Trade with Traders, I explained how if 2 traders with strong intent for profit try making profit off of each other, that's an impossible dynamic which wastes your valuable time. So instead, as a trader, you must try to almost only exclusively trade with the consumer archetype. And that's very important in how we pick our trading platform. Marketplace.tf and manco.store are excellent places to sell your items to consumers, but they're horrible places to buy profitable deals. Why? Well, because people love the convenience factor of paying with real cash for their desired items, but the site is primarily used by traders, so you're not gonna find any good deals on there. With something like backpack.tf, it's a decent choice to buy and sell items, but consumers need to understand its somewhat complex system and needs to understand how TF2 trading works to be able to buy what they want and how to sell their items for a reasonable price. However, the Steam community market is literally an environment filled with some traders, but also a heap of consumers if you think about it. Where would most of Valve's Team Fortress 2 items flow around? Oh yeah, the central marketplace that created the game, the Steam community market. Every day, 24/7, people from different time zones are constantly buying and selling items for their own motivations, and you can very well easily step in and take a share of profit for yourself. Although it may seem complex now and there's a 7-day cooldown for items you buy, we'll have some workarounds in the next steps. Number 2, choose your niche. You can jump into the deep end of trading and try making profit off everything, but I'd advise against that for now because I'd rather you be highly experienced in one niche rather than mediocre across everything. Similar to how a YouTuber could make cooking videos, gaming videos, or vlogging videos, in TF2 trading you pick one illiquid item type and roll with it. As mentioned in my most popular video here, an illiquid item has a highly subjective price due to its high demand and high supply that is coupled with variation. That gives you room in the market to actually buy low and sell high. The 6 different types are unusuals, skins and war paints, professional killstreakers, painted items, strange parted items, and spells. Just pick one. For instance, professional killstreakers. Then you learn about the different combos that people will tend to dump for cheaper than they should, and then you know how much you can resell it as overpay. As you start making a nice amount of profit by choosing one niche, you can freely learn other ones as you move along your trading journey. Number 3, market arbitrage. So market arbitrage, for those who don't know, simply just means that you're using multiple platforms and marketplaces to make profit because of the discrepancy in prices. So for example, instead of exclusively using backpack.tf, I'm also using marketplace.tf and the Steam community market to buy or sell my items when one marketplace isn't as favorable. The Steam community market is perfect for market arbitrage because you can easily buy profitable deals off it and then resell it elsewhere. For instance, all these unusuals you see here I bought from the Steam community market are now listed on marketplace.tf, and I've seen one or two of them already sell for full price. Additionally, you can use the Steam community market to sell your items when other platforms aren't favorable. In my case, with the It's a Mystery to Everyone's Smoky Sombrero, there's a lot of undercutters on marketplace.tf and backpack.tf, so I took the advantage of market arbitrage and listed 2 of mine on the Steam community market. I haven't sold yet, but I've actually given myself a chance to make good out of a bad situation. Number 4, consistently check. One of the most common limiting beliefs I hear in trading is that trading takes too much time, just get a job instead to buy items you want, stop wasting your time. But the misconception lies in that most people who try trading will trade for hours at one time making no profit, then they'll burn out and complain it doesn't work. But it doesn't have to be this way. The best advice I can give to you is to literally just spend 10 to 15 minutes searching for deals 2 to 3 times a day at different times. Hopefully, as you choose one niche to trade in, you can quickly scour the market in the same places to see if anything profitable popped up recently. Sometimes nothing does pop up and that's okay. Just check back later and something eventually will if you're staying consistent. The market is so dynamic, but it doesn't help staring at the screen for 2 hours looking at the same place and wondering why nothing appears. So to put it into a very basic example, let's say you trade professional killstreak kits. Your method is to pick out the 20 most popular weapons in the game and find good combos for cheap. In the morning, it takes you 12 minutes to go through all of these kits, yet nothing was good or worth your time. So in the meantime, you do something else. And then in the evening, you check again. 6 minutes in, you find a Team Shine Incinerator Degreaser kit as the cheapest listing and you pick it up. Given that it's untradeable for 1 week, you just relist it on the Steam community market for a bit and maybe it sells. If not, use market arbitrage and sell it on marketplace.tf for overpay. And with this very minimalistic approach, you'll be making more profit with less time invested. Number 5, past sales. One of the most important factors in making profit in the first place is past sales. Ask the question, has this item that I'm looking to resell sold recently for a profitable amount if I were to buy it for this price? So for instance, I could buy an item for $50, but I need to first check that it has sold for at least $60 to $65 to determine if it's worth my time reselling for a strong profit margin. On the Steam community market, especially with those prior mentioned illiquid items, it's hard to read the graphs on how much stuff is sold for because the Steam community market lumps all unusuals, for example, into one page, regardless of the effect. But again, market arbitrage. Sales on backpack.tf, marketplace.tf, and manco.store are just as valid to price check items to see if you could snag something for cheap. And when you're searching for deals on the Steam community market, this is what you're simply looking for. Can my item niche fetch more than what I'm about to pay based on previous data? Number 6, buy orders. So I get asked a lot of questions on if setting buy orders on the Steam community market is a good idea, and honestly I'm still trying to figure that one out. My suggestion is that if you have a lot of funds, preferably at least a half max Steam wallet balance, which is $1,000 USD, or for me it's 1400 AUD, and again, stick to one niche. Carefully just go through all of the items and see if it's worth placing a buy order or not. And I will warn that this takes a very long time to do even with scripts. It's quite risky since the market is dynamic and your buy orders can become overpriced, and it's very easy to be overcut on the buy orders by 1 cent, which can take even more time to counteract. So for a few people, maybe it can work for you, but for most people, buy orders actually take far more time and stress to deal with rather than just being consistent. Number 7, Steam funds. So how do I convert my TF2 items or cash into Steam funds? And how do I convert my Steam funds into TF2 items or cash while retaining an optimal rate? Well, first, if you have cash, turn that into TF2 items through keys. And if I wanted to turn TF2 items into Steam funds fast with a good rate, I would just sell TF2 keys on the Steam community market to buy orders. Even if the rate is a little bit lower, you're better off just trading now and making profit rather than just waiting for key prices to rise by 20 cents. Trust me, quick selling your keys to get Steam funds now to make, $10, $20, $50, $100 profit is so much better than waiting weeks procrastinating to only save like $5 when the key price is optimal to sell. If you truly can wait weeks or months to get a better rate to turn TF2 items into Steam funds, use your keys to buy illiquid items and then sell your illiquid items for full price or close to full price on the Steam community market. It'll take a while to sell, but it's the lazy and most optimal way to do so. But if you wanted to do the reverse of turning your Steam funds into TF2 items, I usually don't advise you buy keys straight up, because then the rate can really mess you over unless the key price is already really cheap, and the keys are going to be untradeable for a week. So the best way to convert Steam funds into TF2 items is to continue trading and cash out a profitable deal. So for example, let's just say that $100 in Steam funds can get me 50 keys pure. But $100 in Steam funds can also buy me an item or multiple items that collectively add up to 65 keys in value, which is the better choice in most cases. And that's all I have to say in this video on the Steam community market. Hopefully you learnt a lot and are now ready to apply this knowledge into good use. Make sure to check out the top 2 links in the top of the description, which features my premium trading program and free Discord server with over 1,000 members that'll provide you with strong resources to assist you in trading. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications and leave a comment. I'll catch you next time. See ya!